I don't know who needs to hear this today, but 75 cents is a lot of money. At least if you're an astronomer. Confused? Perfect. Because in 1986, 75 cents didn't just buy a soda, it bought Clifford Stoll an entire international spy ring.
75 cents!
Clifford Stoll, pictured here, looking like the human embodiment of I do my own taxes by hand for fun, was an astronomer at Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory in California. One day, the lab's computer system showed a teeny tiny accounting glitch. An old user account had a credit of 75 cents that should not exist. Most people would shrug and go, Clifford Stoll was not most people. Clifford Stoll once built his own kiln. Clifford Stoll enjoys chaos more than any man with a doctorate probably should. Hi, I'm Chris, and I bring you the stories that change the way you think about pretty much everything. What other international history mysteries do you want me to dig up? Drop them in the comments. Back to Clifford. He starts investigating, and immediately things get weird. He checks the login records and sees that a user account belonging to a former employee was still logging in. Not from inside the lab, from somewhere out there on the internet. And whoever it was wasn't just poking around. They were slipping into military computer systems connected to the lab. They weren't altering anything, they were copying everything. This was not a bored college kid trying to impress someone. Cliff realized this was a professional intruder. So Clifford does what any rational scientist would do. He turns his house and the computer into a Cold War Batcave. He builds fake files that look like top secret research, and he wires alarms and printers all around his home so he can hear when the hacker logs in. And then it happens. 2 a.m, silent house, suddenly a printer springs to life and starts spitting out lines of code. Clifford Stoll bolts upright like he just got hit with defibrillators. The hacker was back inside the system. And this chase goes on for 10 months. 10 months of Cliff documenting every keystroke by hand. Thousands of pages. Cliff didn't just keep logs, he practically wrote a novel. Every phone call, every login attempt, every pattern. He contacts the FBI. The FBI says, sure buddy. He contacts the CIA and they say, not our problem. He contacts the NSA and they say, who are you and why are you calling us? But then he proves the hacker is jumping across networks into United States military computers. Suddenly, everyone cares. Eventually, Cliff traces the intrusions through international networks, phone switches, relay points, and finally to West Germany. The culprit? A young hacker named Marcus Hess. He and a small group of friends were breaking into American networks and selling stolen data to the KGB.
KGB.
Side note, I tried to find photos of West Germany circa 1986, but West Germany won the World Cup that year, and apparently photographers decided that was the only thing worth capturing. The entire espionage ring was uncovered because one man refused to ignore 75 cents.
Hell of a catch, detective. Hell of a catch.
Clifford Stoll wasn't a spy, he wasn't an agent, he wasn't a trained intelligence worker, he was an astronomer who looked at something small that didn't make sense and thought, I'm going to ruin someone else's entire year. His curiosity exposed a KGB-connected hacking operation hidden in plain sight, and the total cost of the entire case? 75 cents. Like, follow, share, and subscribe for more stories that are worth every penny of that 75